I know that 2024 has been over for over a week now, but in today's video, we're going to be going back, reminiscing, if you will, on some Vex bolts we're stuck in 2024. Today, we're going to be talking about the top 10 worst album covers of 2024. With that being said, though, get some cranberry juice, something to snack on, maybe some Cheerios, and let's get right into this video. After experimenting with PowerPoint on my top 100 albums of 2024, as well as my top 10 rappers of 2024, and my top 50 songs of the year of 2024, I've realized that the quality on those videos are horrible, and we're going back to the good old-fashioned editing. With that being said, the honorable mentions we have here is at number 13, we have The Party Never Ends by Juice WRLD. I think that this was a little bit overhated, if you will. I mean, it does seem like a ripoff of Graduation by Kanye West, but at the same time, it's just the same artist, bro. It's really not that bad. I don't like some of these symbols, like the 999 thing and like a shuriken looking thing on that board didn't look that good. But it's not horrible. It's not really bad. Number 12, we have another one that's not really that bad. It's just a little bit bland in my opinion. It is Dark Times by Vince Staples. And then we have Insano by Kid Cudi. And this is also kind of just a mess. It looks like very amateur, if that makes sense. Also, the album wasn't that good. But coming in at number 10, we have Atavista by Childish Gambino, and this is similar to Dark Times. It's a really blank cover, and I guess it's a step up from the other one that he had when it was the older album. This is like an updated version of 315.20, and it's just a white screen with the words Atavista on it. I think it's a really boring album cover, and it doesn't add anything to the actual album experience. At number 9, we have Sacred Heart 2 Plus in parentheses by DC the Don. And I think it's just a little bit corny. It comes off a little bit bad, and I don't think it's that enjoyable. At number 8, we have Party Next Door 4. And this is definitely one of the most controversial album covers of the year. I think that if anybody were to get away with something like this, though, it would be the Party Next Door. Does that make sense? Like I feel like even though it's a weird album cover, I think if anybody were to get away with it, it is them, because of the fact that the type of music matches this album cover a lot, bro. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you. And the album itself is pretty good. Like, it's a really great album in my opinion. And I think that you definitely could not play this around like your family or anything like that. Like, your grandma would probably look at you sideways like you're crazy if you put this on and just pull it up on the Apple Play, like the Apple CarPlay thing. That'd be weird. That'd be wicked. With that being said, at number 7, we have Life Sucks by Power Pleasant. And I think that this album cover is just a little bit too animated and corny. I also don't like the fact that they have the title of this album on the cover. Like, I think this is one of the more corny album names. And with that being put there, I'm like, why is this even here, bro? I just don't like this album cover at all. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly think some of the songs on here are pretty good. It's just the overall vibe of this, it does not add to the album experience. And I think that's definitely very important. Number 6, we have 11th Dimension by Ski Mask the Slump God. And I also think that this is kind of just boring, it feels like. And I know it's like some like cool, like, oh, look at it, it's like some chains going into a lock, but maybe I just don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just don't get it. And another one that I'm like, this is just boring, is at number 5, we have All Is Yellow by Lyrical Lemonade. And I think that this album was a little bit underwhelming. I don't think the album was horrible. I think it was very average. I think it was very mediocre. And this album cover is a very great symbolism of that. It's just a curtain, bro. It's a yellow curtain with a parental advisory symbol on the side of it. Like, it's not great. Like, I wouldn't, like, name this anywhere near a good album cover, bro. Like, this album cover is just boring. Like, incredibly boring. At number 4, we have a not very boring album cover, though. Vultures 1 by Kanye West. And it was a very pulverizing album cover. I think it's just unnecessary. I think it's very unnecessary and awkward and kind of creepy. I think Kanye West over the past couple of years has gave off a very misogynistic, creepy vibe that I'm not very enjoying of. You know, like, I think it's just overly weird. Like, I don't want to see that. I'm not trying to see that. And he doesn't pull it off because his music doesn't even match the album cover that much. I mean, I guess it does in the creepiness aspect, but at least Party Next Door didn't like it matched a lot more. I think this is a lot worse than the Party Next Door cover in a different reason, because it just doesn't make sense to even have as the album cover. You could have just done something else. At number 3, we have Young Genius by Lil Mabu. This looks like weird, bro. Like, I literally, it looks like a Pixar thing, bro. I bet you if I put like something like this together, bro, I could make myself the cover of this. It just looks weird, bro. And the album itself is horrible, bro. I'm looking at Music Box right now. I'm very glad to see this rating has an average rating of 1, very low rating, and very valid rating, because this album is garbage. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is one of the worst albums of the year. I think that even the album cover matches that. Another horrible album that came out this year was Y2K by Ice Spice, and this album cover is also just dumb. Why do you have Y2K on the trash can? Why do you have your album name on the trash can? Are you calling your album garbage? Are you trying to say that right now? And then the haircut is kind of wicked, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, it looked like Velma if she had like longer hair on the back, bro. The bangs are not cutting it. The bangers are not cutting it at all. Neither is the album cover. It's kind of weird. With that being said, at number 1, the worst album cover of the year, we have Eternal to Take Two by Lil Uzi Vert. This is boring, bro. It's such a boring, lifeless, soulless, disgusting album cover. I hate this album cover so much. It looks like AI generated. I'm pretty sure it is. It also reminds me of the KSI AI generated album cover of Thick of It. Very, very similar, very reminiscent here. I'm gonna do like a little fade in, fade out. Y'all see what I'm talking about, bro? It just does not. It's not good, bro. And the album itself is garbage. I think that this is one of the most overhyped, even though it was a very disliked album. There are still people who are like, bro, Uzi cooked on Eternal to Take Two. I'm a original diehard Uzi fan. When they started listening to Uzi in like 2023, bro. And then you started listening to Uzi when you heard Just Wanna Rock, and all of a sudden you're the biggest Uzi fan because you like a garbage album. That's not a flex, bro. I'm sorry, but these diehard Uzi fans need to let go of the fact that he's not in his prime anymore. Like, he's just not in his abilities that he was even in 2020, bro. I loved Eternal to Take One, bro. It was a fire album, and even the deluxe after that, like a couple weeks later, was crazy. It was beautiful. It was delicious. This is not. Eternal to Take Two has a horrible album cover, horrible album, and he could have done better, bro. I mean, I think that the overall vibe of this, just I knew I was getting into something that I was not going to enjoy. Like, I could tell that I was just not going to enjoy this album, and I listened to it, and maybe I shouldn't have let the album cover affect me that much, but even on this album, he's like offbeat, he's doing all these bad things. This album cover reminds me of how bad the album is, and that's my biggest problem right now, is I'm almost forgetting to talk about the album itself. I mean, the album cover itself. But I'm just talking about the album at this point. But the album cover matches the album in the worst way possible. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, though, what do you guys have as the worst album cover? What's your favorite album cover of the year? I don't know. If you guys enjoyed this video enough, I might do another video talking about the best album covers of the year. With that all being said, though, I love you all very much. Here's my socials if you want to check that out. And thank you on the support on that last video, bro. I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it. It might be on screen right now if I remember to put it. And with that being said, I love you all very much. I'm Conflicted, and I'm out. Peace.